Ciao a tutti.
Ciao a tutti. Ciao a tutti.
We are here today again with Luca and Lauren. And Alessia. And Alessia. She was hungry, so the father cooked a beautiful carbonara.
Quindi, so
I'm pouring.
oh yeah, I want to try.
What do you want to try, guys? I'm pouring the same stuff to my friend Lorena.
Okay, so we are here to celebrate the summer first.
Celebrate summer, and we're not actually doing a summer recipe, to be honest with you guys. It's 110 Fahrenheit outside, but we're with full air conditioning
That's
here.
good. That's a good thing.
Thank God.
Luca cooked something very nice here, which we're gonna tell you in a bit. And I just poured 3 glasses of a Chianti Classico Solatione 2015 vintage, which now I'm gonna describe you a little bit. This one. So Lauren, we want me to smell and
First of all, why does Chianti
All right.
Classico go so well with amatriciana?
So-
because we just saw Luca
cooking
Luca
this beautiful
making all the amatriciana
Amatriciana,
with the guanciale,
the guanciale,
pecorino, the pasta,
and I'm sure
tomatoes.
Luca already described the difference between pancetta and guanciale.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
All
yet.
right. So here in this recipe, we cannot put pancetta,
It's fine.
like bacon. So we put guanciale. Guanciale is could I say the cheek of the pork?
Yeah,
The cheek, the guancia.
Guanciale in Italiano, it would be the pillow.
Would be also the pillow where you sleep.
Where we
But
sleep.
maybe because you
Because you
put
sleep
the
on your
cheek
cheek.
on your
Maybe.
pillow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So and here the guanciale, Luca made it also pretty crispy in this tomato sauce with some pecorino cheese. So a Chianti Classico usually is also rich in acidity, and in this case the acidity is pretty high, even if it's an old vintage because it's 2015. But the winery is located on a very high altitude, 450 meters up to 600 meters on the sea level. So, and even if the vines are fully exposed to southeast, and that's why the alcohol inside is pretty high, we're 14.5 degrees in alcohol. And so that would be a nice pairing with a nice pasta with this tomato sauce, heavy tomato sauce, with this fatty guanciale, and then some pecorino slides on top like we have here. And definitely a Chianti Classico like that would be able to refresh your mouth a little bit thanks to the acidity, the tannins that are still very strong, and of course the alcohol, which is pretty high.
So it basically clean your mouth.
Yeah,
from
your
the
palate
fat.
from the fatness of the guanciale, and also from the amido of the pasta, the gluten.
The gluten. Yeah. And it's very important to have a tongue and a mouth cleaned to enjoy the wine itself. Otherwise, the wine slides.
Exactly.
And when you swallow, and you don't even feel it, basically. So you lose 50% of the good feelings of the wine. So
This wine had a passage in wood, not too much.
no, it's not.
These are second, third passage barrique, French oak barrels, so you don't feel the wood so much. That's why also a good acidity shoulder, we say in Italy, spalla acida, which is
The acid shoulder.
the acid shoulder, like the tannin shoulder, the alcoholic shoulder.
So this is a very
That's what we say
shouldered wine.
in Italy.
Double shoulder.
So
Double shoulder.
this acidity part is very important in this wine.
Okay. We have to eat it now.
Yes, we have to try. Come on.
Oh. Luca goes for the wine, other Luca and Lauren go for pasta.
So the temperature you want to serve this wine has to be between 17 and 18 degrees. I wouldn't put it more. And as we told you outside, it's 110 Fahrenheit. And so we kept it in a wine cooler for a while. If you serve it more than 20 degrees, so that's the maximum.
That's the
Yeah.
very nice.
And it's already
Absolutely.
pretty hot.
Absolutely.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
Appetito.
Buonissimo.
It's very good. And I feel now the mouth is completely filled with
È più buono
fat.
però.
But basically, you feel the mouth
So
super
greasy.
busy with all these crazy strong tastes. And now let's try with the wine what happens, because the wine should resist, fight back in the right way.
So now eating this pasta, you don't only, I'm slowly understanding, you do not only need an acid shoulder, you need some alcohol.
Yeah.
That's why also another more reason to do a nice wine pairing with this Chianti Classico, because the alcohol is very important, because this tomato sauce is pretty strong. Thanks to the fat that is coming in the sauce when Luca was cooking the guanciale.
Guanciale fat.
So this is not a
Yeah.
tomato sauce when you do with the Prego sauce, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with some
Okay.
cherry tomatoes,
No,
which is easier. And this is strong,
Yeah.
black pepper,
With a cherry tomato or with a pizza, you would need
Okay.
something a little
easier.
easier.
Okay?
Okay,
I'm
for
telling you
sure.
that because this wine staying also a while in wood makes sense, because you need alcohol and a big structure to fight this pasta.
It's very
So good.
Io stanno esposizione.
So good.
Let's start
Here we are.
with this Solatione. So we have just tasted with the amazing Matriciana.
Yeah.
But we have been to Solatione, we saw these amazing vineyards, we met Fabio.
Yeah, you better go there.
Francesca.
The beauty of the view,
It's
the
beautiful.
panorama,
It's
the city
gorgeous.
there is gorgeous.
And I have to say, they have a very good philosophy. They told us about this one is a 2015.
Yeah,
So,
that's why
I
this
mean,
winery
like-
is different from many other wineries. Sorry to interrupt you in Tuscany or the Chianti Classico, because basically a winery Chianti Classico releases the latest annata vintage of Chianti Classico, which in this year is 2019 at the moment. So these guys are giving us, the chance to taste the Chianti Classico d'annata, which is older. So they keep it in wood and then they keep it in the bottle for a few years before releasing.
2015.
So basically what you're saying is that other Chianti Classico producers are releasing their wine when
Yeah.
it's prepared, like when it's ready.
Exactly.
So 2019 is the last one that's been
Of course.
released.
Yeah.
But Solatione's philosophy is our wine is not ready at that time.
No.
We have to wait
Longer.
more.
Until
We
it's
just-
ready.
And they don't have to get the right label, to get anything on here. They just do it because they want, when you drink this glass of wine, to have exactly the right experience that they have.
Feel
That's a very
ready to be
interesting-
drunk.
yeah.
And this
Yeah.
wine needs a few years.
It needs more time because of their high altitude, because of all the
Yeah.
sun of
The sun,
Solatione,
all the
Sole.
sun, the vines are
Yeah.
fully exposed
Yeah.
to southeast. One day you're gonna go there, you see the beauty of these vines, fully exposed to the Tuscan sun, which if you've been to Tuscany, you must know is like Florida here. So 110 Fahrenheit, basically for 2 months.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have, like we said before, a big excursions during the night and day and high altitude, you risk to have grapes basically cooked.
It's absolutely a worldwide problem,
Yeah.
changing more than a
Phenomenon.
problem. Phenomenon,
Yeah,
of
phenomenon.
course. There's always been a change in the climate. It has never been so quick in the history.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, in the last few years, the world wine people idea is now going vice versa instead. So people are looking for more acidic wines and less powerful, less woody, like all the Napa Valley and the Californian reds back in the 70s or 80s. Now they're still using the same American oak, maybe not toasted and very oaky, but much less than before. So now the trend is changing, going toward less alcoholic, less woody, less strong
Strong, yeah, less
wines.
Yeah, the elegance is something we always hear. This is more elegant. This is more absolutely perfect, suitable for an elegant wine. But especially the freshness, this explosion of freshness in your mouth. These are a kind of, can I say, tingling sensation on your palate and on your tongue, which is fundamental also for the cleaning, as we were saying. With American food, this one, it could be perfect with any hamburger maybe, or steak.
Yeah, I would
What do you
say
think
more.
about it?
Hamburgers depending on how many, what kind of sauces you
Yeah.
put inside because
Not too much
hamburger,
sweet sauce,
yeah, it's,
like ketchup.
it's
Yeah.
impossible to do a wine paired hamburger. There are a thousand ways
You have to do like an
hamburgers.
artisanal hamburger with like
Yeah, if you don't put so much cheese or cheddar or ketchup
Yeah.
and mayonnaise and mustard
Yeah.
and onions,
Yeah.
you know,
Has
an
to be
hamburger
like a-
with tomato salad and some cheddar, of course, but light hamburger would be
It
good.
could
Otherwise,
work.
how can you pair
yeah, otherwise you
a
can't
glass of
taste
wine?
it.
You know,
Yeah,
too
it
many
gets covered
ingredients
by the
in a
sauce.
normal hamburger from the States, American hamburger. That,
Now, how about pizza in general?
no, I would never pair this with pizza. Otherwise, pizza you can maybe have if you want to have a red.
But a pretty young red.
A pretty young Chianti,
Yeah,
not
okay.
Chianti Classico, Chianti,
Yeah.
Colli Pisani, Chianti Colli from Lucca, a very easy Chianti.
Okay,
Or why
but
not
not
a
a
Pinot
classical
Noir,
one.
a Pinot Noir, easy Pinot Noir.
So this one, what is perfect with this?
With a
Apart
nice
from-
ragu, why not?
Meat
Rigatoni,
sauce.
rigatoni with ragu, bolognese sauce, meat sauce, or some...
And what about a white boar, for example, or
White boar would be good.
strong taste like
Won't be
truffle?
good with the normal Chianti Classico vintage, but in this case it's 2015, as we said many times, so it's older, tannins are polymerized a little bit. So a nice wild boar, not
You
gamey.
could resist the
Could
wild boar,
resist,
okay.
definitely. A nice faisan, pasta with faisan, some
Okay.
deer,
Okay.
some birds. I'm talking about pasta, I'm not talking about main courses. Come on, it's not gonna be bad with the main course, with the braised, but of course we can also pair something stronger or with more even more structure.
But it's important to specify one thing. It's absolutely necessary to drink this one with some food.
Oh yes.
Or
This
can
is-
you have it by itself?
I would never have a glass of wine like
Okay.
that by itself.
So this is absolutely for with
Yeah.
food, any kind of food, but not by itself. So do not open this one on your rooftop at the sunset
I
with your friends
wouldn't go
arriving.
there because
Bad
this
another
wine
thing. Bad
needs some
another
food in your mouth, like many Italian wines or French wines. That's fair. There are other kind of wines that don't need that kind of thing. You can drink solo by a glass, but maybe we call meditation wines.
So
this
it
is
is,
not meditation.
Chianti Classico is not considerable meditation.
Not
What
to me.
about a Super Tuscan? Just
Maybe,
introduce in the next
maybe
step.
why not? Maybe a super
It's
Tuscan.
easier. Yeah, easier to have on its own.
Okay, it's
Easier to
easier
have
to
on
have on its own because
Yeah.
of a different, blend of grapes inside. We're talking about international varieties, and also for the Ethereum.
Yeah.
Come si dice?
Effettivamente.
To be, these super Tuscans are Ethereum, so you can have a glass in front of a fireplace.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
With
Solatione has the Rosombroso, which is I think all Merlot.
It's
that's
Merlot
another-
because there's a Merlot. It's a different position than the Sangiovese.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah, of course.
wine that you could sort of have before dinner, for example.
yes,
Whereas this
like
one you
an
want to
aperitif.
pair
With some
with
food.
the food. Although of course the Merlot goes well with food.
Yeah,
as
that
well.
Merlot is completely different
Yeah.
from the Merlot you maybe are thinking about. As we experience together,
Yeah, no, it's
we look and
amazing.
learn that Merlot is particularly not as sweet as all the normal American or Italian Merlots, which are very
Mm-hmm.
sweet.
What do we smell in
Okay.
this?
Okay, smell right. Allora, you have to start, Lauren. Do not just give the solution.
Yeah.
Let's practice.
I would say.
There are two notes that come out very strong.
Okay, well first I'm gonna go with the easy red fruits as opposed to dark,
Which one?
Lorena,
one?
come on.
but not
Mamma
super
mia.
young.
It's true.
You know, more mature red fruits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe like Piccoli di Garofalo.
Which red fruit especially you
Yeah.
find out? You find
I'm like a cherry and red currant.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It can be.
Marasca cherry.
Marasca, it's
Marasca.
more like sweet.
To me, it's 100% Marasca, but it's good.
Marasca cherry.
Marasca cherry.
Yeah. Basically, the
Very
sweet.
typical of Sangiovese, Marasca.
Then I would say like a spice like cloves.
That could be some. There's some balsamic things.
Face
some
says-
balsamic
See,
notes.
I didn't try it, but yes.
And where do they come from?
Yeah, yeah.
Look at the spices like chiodi.
Yeah, that's from the soil, basically.
It's mainly soil.
Yeah, soil, the grape itself, and the skins, but not so much. The soil, the composition of the land itself.
Because what is this balsamic note?
Yeah, very strong balsamic notes.
When you say balsamic, what does it mean? Like the specific case, like
Yeah, it means a
eucalyptus.
mixture between eucalyptus,
Yeah, eucalyptus.
and balsamic vinegar.
Okay, halfway. Okay.
I wouldn't say balsamic vinegar, you're not gonna find
Yeah.
it. But it's a mix
Eucalyptus.
between
It
eucalyptus,
could be eucalyptus,
so
yeah.
a mentholatum, menthol,
Bravo, menthol.
going toward the balsamicity of the vinegar, really.
If it's possible to smell some like typical
Herbs.
like or flowers typical of the crops like chamomile sometimes. It's
A very strong mineral note.
mineral is very confused. It's not easy to catch it.
Yeah, you have these nose.
What can be a mineral note?
Yeah, it would be
Like gravel,
yeah, like a blackbird.
black slate.
Yes.
Well, basically there's fruit and the possible flower, red flower. There
Yeah,
could be some red flowers as well.
Some
Yeah.
red
Violet?
flowers, but yeah, some dark violet, some aged violet, some not fresh fruits, flowers, sort of a little bit of potpourri of flowers. So, okay, tobacco comes out now. This the skin of a cigar.
But there's not any chocolate, any coffee,
No.
any caramel.
No.
But tobacco, I can kind of smell. A sweet, the exterior side of the
A
cigar.
vanilla,
A kind of halfway vanilla.
cigar.
But the vanilla could be also the berry,
wood,
the
sure.
wood. It's
Yeah.
the wood.
Wood itself.
So when is it possible to find tobacco into the Chiantis or typical?
Why not? It's not. It really depends on where you are and how old the vines are. How do you vinify it in a cantina? But definitely, tobacco happens frequently.
Yeah, it's pretty
To be found in
smart.
house.
And is it possible this wine smell is changing with the passing of time?
Oh yeah. Well, once we opened the bottle, it was very close itself.
At the
So I
beginning
really
was different.
advise everybody, guys, if you're gonna open or purchase this wine or the Chianti Classico Riserva even more, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I'm telling you twice because I'm afraid sometimes. We all are afraid to open bottles before. Because maybe it's too much, 5 hours, 7 hours. No, you better open this wine 5 at least hours before. So if you want to have for lunch, open the night before you go to sleep. So you get 15 hours.
Okay.
This wine would be better, definitely, than opening and drinking. So Cici.
Salute!
Salute.
Posso fare la potatura verde?
Puoi fare la potatura verde.
Ok, quindi questo.
Sì.
Qui no.